Daging temu benilai ban kentiu ya kayo kokot jong ke jylla. Hakasing palai jong katayo, Menteri Rangba ke jylla Konrad Kongkal Sangma ula pelat ya ke Meghalaya Industrial and Investment Promotion Policy arhajar arpusau. Bad ula penting bagi sorkar ke Iasoi ya ke Memorandum of Understanding bad ki company shimet ki ban sengkam ha ke jylla ha ke jinglut ke ban kot arhajar kendai sepaksan punyau Klur tengka. Habai keren beklat patai kubor, Konrad Kongkal Sangma ulang bagi kendai telik sekolah MoU, Iasoi yang kini kita buat kini gikentup agak kam jengok kai, sya ke jing snabam, ni ke food processing, ke teknologi, ke pharmaceutical, bat kum juk ke jing di, ke bakot, sya ke arhajar kendai sepaksan punyau Klur tengka. Balade Iasoi hadian bala pentrekam ya ke polisi. Oleh itu bagi company kebelah Iasoi kena kesas kular kular ban kenshow pisah Meghalaya bagi kentup ya Ramki Infrastructure Limited bakot arhajar Klur tengka ke Polo Towers Group Sauspaan Rupusan Klur tengka ke Sonar Bangla Group kendai pau Klur tengka ke Quadra Infratel Synergies Private Limited Shispa Klur tengka ke Seven Sisters Resources Shi Klur tengka ke Playmaker Labs Iway.R Klur tengka ke AI Genics Shispa Klur tengka ka Laluji and Sons Shispa Klur tengka bat ka Varun Beverages Limited Shispa Klur tengka. Oleh itu bagi sorkar jylla ka angnut banwan ra sekumba prahajar lai spa sopo Klur tengka ka jingken show kam lengba ki reimbursement kaba news pa Klur tengka bat ka SGST sya ki bawan sengkam kenang ban kenjo ka thong jong jylla bakan poi sya ka $10 billion. Menteri Rangba ulang bagi sorkar kan penut bat mang pisah kumbah news pak Klur tengka mana ai kum gijing mentos ki company beper ki banwan sengkam ha jylla bat palat sanpau hajar teligi kam ken salat ya Meghalaya lengba kejing pentrekam ya ke industrial policy betmai bat kanie kajing penkha ki kam kan longru nalor ki sapau hajar teligi kam ki ban penmi lengba ka CM Elevate program.
Achieve the $10 billion economy, we have calculated that we require a minimum of $1 billion in terms of private investment that we need to achieve, which will then add to the overall 10 billion target that we have. And hence, to achieve this $1 billion minimum in the investment in the private sector, the different incentives have been created. We are expecting to touch that number in the coming years. And we have calculated that if the $1 billion investment is expected in the state of Meghalaya, roughly as a state government, through this particular policy, in the next 10 years' time, because obviously the companies will apply and all these things, and the money will flow through these next 10 years, and even ahead, depending on when they apply. The government of Meghalaya will be roughly spending and budgeting about close to 700 crores to be given as different incentives to the different companies who will invest. The incentives will come in the form of capital investment, in the form of interest subvention, in the form of SGST reimbursement, and additionally for smaller micro and local units and other units that are in our priority list, we will give other benefits like power installations, especially in green power, water treatment plants or water harvesting systems, different kind of procurement policy which will have some kind of preference for local products being procured, example like transport subsidy, especially for priority products and areas where transportation within the state of Meghalaya and buying from locals, those kind of transportation areas will be subsidized, so on and so forth. And for local domicile also, we also have a component where the provident fund aspect up to about 1,800 rupees per year will also be reimbursed by the state government under the new industrial policy. So it is, in a nutshell, a very, very aggressive policy. I can confidently say that it is one of the more aggressive policies in the country, and also definitely in the Northeast, it is one of the most aggressive policies. What is also important in this is that we have also come out with priority sectors, and we have declared many sectors as industries which were not declared earlier as industries. For example, tourism is part of this industrial policy. We have food processing as part of this industrial policy that we're coming up with. Different kind of academies, especially related to sports and music and culture, those aspects also will come in. Film making will come into this particular industrial industrial policy that we're bringing. So on and so forth. We have come out with such priority sectors, and these priority sectors have been defined on the basis of the strengths that we have in our state and the possibility of having highest impact in terms of job creation, number one, and number two, in terms of the local products and sales being promoted, where the local farmers and local producers should benefit, who will supply the products as raw materials to these different large companies or investments of the private sector that come in.
Ukonrat kongkal sang mau la pentibru bag sorkar jylla kala Iasoi ya ka sos kular bat ka company Varun Beverages ban seng ya ka karkhana penmi jingdi Pepsi ha mendi pathar hanot Garo Hills. Bat ka company Varun Beverages kan betengka kombapalat chispa prapau Klur tengka ban sedang ya ka karkhana. Ule pentip bag sorkar jylla kala itu kajaka kabahe komba arpsan akar ban IT shika company bat kan long gejimentoi kisamla katha North Garo Hills bat gejala barokawai ban yo kam yo jam.
Apart from the street industrial policy, you're all aware of the Unnati, which is the Northeast industrial policy of the Government of India. We have dovetailed in one way and combined these two policies together, where we expect that in the next 5 years, of course 5 years, I'm talking in terms of the government, but 3 years in terms of the window where the Government of India is allowing the applications to take place, the 4 years from our side where the window for application, but the implication of that is 10 plus years they will get. So we expect that in these years when this particular scheme is going to be applicable, that government of India has already earmarked close to about 600 crores for the state of Meghalaya in terms of the share from the Unnati scheme or the Northeast Industrial Policy. We expect that we should be able to perform well, like we've done in many other sectors, and we should be able to get an additional 700 crores, which of course is there, the provisions are there within the provisions of the Northeast Industrial Policy, the Unnati policy. And we hope that with the 1400 crores from the central government side and the 600 crores from 700 crores roughly from Meghalaya government side, which means 2000 plus crores of incentives in a 8,000 crore or 8,300 crores plus $1 billion plus of investments we expect. We do expect that we'll get a lot of positive response from the government, from the different sectors, I'm sorry. At the same time, we have already signed MoUs worth about 2,957 crores have already been signed at different levels. 9 MoUs have been inked in the past 1 week, and those include different areas from tourism to food processing, to different areas of technology and even some areas of pharmaceuticals, and also in terms of the beverages in different areas. So all of these investments and MoUs of close to 2,957 have already been inked after this entire policy and everything has come into place. And in fact, today we will be officially also signing 2 more proposals. One is with, apart from the other 9 that we have signed already, one will be with 8 we have signed already, one will be signed with Varun Beverages, which is the holding company that runs the different Pepsi plants all over the country. So roughly about 180 plus crores is going to be invested by Pepsi, by Varun Beverages to put up a Pepsi plant for supply of Pepsi and other products in Meghalaya as well as in other parts of the country. We have just handed over the land to them. This is going to come up in Mendipathar industrial area because they are looking at supplying to North Bengal also from that plant. And tomorrow morning I am going to Mendipathar to officially hand over the land to them. We expect that once that is done, the process of all the permissions will start. And they have assured me that they will start the work immediately. And according to their estimates, again, I cannot speak on their behalf. So I'm just telling you on a very unofficial note that in the next 12 months to 18 months, we expect that they should be able to commission the plant. Area, as you're aware, that this particular policy is applicable throughout the state. It's not that it has to be in an industrial zone. But obviously for Government of Meghalaya, we have land issues because obviously land is community held. So hence, in order to ease the land parcels that are available for the investors. We are under the process. In fact, there has been an EUI that has been floated today itself by some departments to start the process, and this process will continue in the future also as we come up with this policy and as we use the existing lands that we have. We will continue to look at lands that are available at reasonable price and available in a reasonable location, and we'll try to use that to facilitate the investment in the state.
Menteri Rangba uloong bagi sorkar jylla kan sedang ru yagi projek penmi boarding elektrik banlak penmi bone ke boarding ke banyat kat kom ke power policy bertemai jong ke jylla. Uloong bagi don line South Liki company ke belapen power ke jing ang nuat jongki banle ke power project ke jylla ke ban kentup naduk ke farm storage project ke thermal power project bat ke solar power project. Bat lengba ke power policy ke bertemai ke sorkar kan pelap yaki power pump storage project. Ukonrat kongkal sangma ulia tu bagi sorkar keladap ben itu ikat tu kini gejaka ke biang bha bantai ke power pump storage project. Nraya kini kebentaan seperti kena shwa lengba ke jingyo ke sernot na ke technical bagi jing kemi bnia jing kiru start. Baci sien bala pendap ikane on sayo ke dur ke basyai kedar. Ha ke bedai bat ke power pump storage project ha kini kilai hadu nru benai ke banwan. Ulang baga pump storage project kadai ke basyutan ke na kiwa. Bala pelang pat yaka ha ke storage but unsupplied nega benta ban penmi ya ke boarding elektrik.
Pump storage basically is a project where the water is from the river is pumped into a storage, and then it is released at a time when the power is required or the rates are maybe at a better rate to make the generation more feasible. For example, if you were to buy power during 12 o'clock in the afternoon and 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you may get power at even as low as 2 rupees or 3 rupees. But if you try to buy power at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the night, the power price may even go up as much as 10 rupees and 12 rupees. The concept of the pump storage is, what if we can pump the water using the power available in the daytime at 2 rupees and pump the water up and pump it there and keep it there and release it at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the night because the water is pumped and stored. And hence when we release that power at 8, 9, 10, then we actually receive 8 rupees, 9 rupees, 10 rupees. So the concept is actually the rate and the time of the supply of the power and the price you get, the difference between getting the price and the rate at daytime and the night time. So on that economics, the pump storage project actually works. There are 2-3 basins in Meghalaya which have been identified for the pump storage by different agencies. I don't want to go into details because it's too premature, though I have the details with me, but I'll refrain from going into details. But there are few basins which have been identified by agencies where they have done a preliminary study and they're doing a more detailed study where they've seen that a pump storage project in that particular area, because of the gradient, because of many other factors, again I don't want to go into details, that there is a very good possibility of putting up a very good and efficient power project which could be a run of the river as well as a pump storage and could have multiple stages. And hence we are now working on that, and as I said, a lot of work is going into it, but this power policy was necessary to facilitate the entire process of starting this entire exercise on the power pump storage project. And so now we are on it, and let's hope that now things will move forward.